Now it's 8:30, time for Saturday Night Theatre.
Mistress of Novices by John Kerr, with Rita Tushingham as Bernadette and Colette O'Neill as Mother Marie-Thérèse Vauzou.
The convent of St Gildard in Nevers, the mother house of the Order of Sisters of Charity and Christian Instruction.
The feast of St Peter and St Paul, June the 29th, 1866. On this day, Reverend Mother Josephine Imbert and the Mistress of Novices, Mother Marie-Thérèse Vauzou, joyfully anticipate the inception of the new postulants.
This morning the Bishop of Nevers paid a visit to the Mother General.
Good morning, Reverend Mother. You know why I have come?
My decision has not altered, your lordship. She is still a chronic asthmatic, and a house of religion is no place for an invalid.
Even if the invalid should be the visionary of Lourdes?
Your lordship, the girl would be useless here. She is well cared for by the sisters at Lourdes.
They can no longer control the cult created around her. At the consecration of the crypt last month, her clothes would have been torn from her body but for the intervention of the police.
A similar situation would be calamitous here.
Such a situation would never arise here. Her whereabouts would remain a secret.
A secret from the world, possibly. But within these four walls, never. Her intrusion would shatter the discipline necessary to the religious life.
Reverend Mother, there is no more suitable convent in the world for this girl.
There is no room in this house for a passenger.
Mother Josephine, her admittance to this house is inevitable. So why delay your consent?
Yes, Mother.
Please summon the Mistress of Novices.
Yes, Mother.
Is a religious life imperative?
Your naivete surprises me, Reverend Mother.
It is equally naive to assume that supernatural experiences are proof of a vocation.
She believes her vocation to be true.
And so do many young women until they are put to the test. Please come in.
You summoned me, Reverend Mother?
Mother Marie-Thérèse, I have reluctantly agreed that Mademoiselle Soubirous should join the community.
Our prayers have been answered.
Your prayers may have been answered, Mother.
What a grace it will be to receive this privileged child. We are most grateful, your lordship.
Some appear to be more grateful than others, Mother.
It will be the greatest blessing of my life to behold the eyes that have seen the Blessed Virgin herself.
Yes. Contain your exuberance for a while. There are more immediate matters to be discussed.
Her actual moulding to the religious life.
As Mistress of Novices, Mother Marie-Thérèse is highly respected for her spiritual guidance.
This is an exceptional case.
Among the novitiate, there are no exceptional cases. They are all on the common road.
Is there nothing exceptional about a girl who is being proclaimed a saint by the people in her own lifetime?
She will receive no adulation here.
Nor would she desire it.
In the confines of a religious house, she will be more vulnerable to attention and the consequent danger of an inflated ego.
There is nothing to fear. I will protect her from her own pride.
I hope you are not underestimating the responsibility which is being placed upon your shoulders.
Are you doubting my ability, your lordship?
Oh, not at all, Mother. I am merely trying to point out that this is a very individual case. A soul of extreme sensitivity and tenderness. How tragic if we were to misguide it.
Never fear, your lordship. We are well instructed in such matters. St. John of the Cross deals with the treatment of visionaries at some length. In such people there is always an inherent danger to their humility. For her own good, the girl's pride must be subjugated at all times.
And how do you propose to do that?
The question is premature, your lordship. Mother Marie-Thérèse and I shall consider the subject and advise you accordingly.
Oh, but I have already considered, Reverend Mother, I have indeed.
Even before her acceptance?
I knew that it was God's will.
You have prophetic powers denied to us.
I have denied myself sleep to pray that this chosen child would be entrusted to my care. And now that my prayers have been answered, I am prepared with a suitable course of action.
You have overreached yourself, Mother.
I stand rebuked, Reverend Mother. May I outline my plan, your lordship?
Mother Josephine?
We are listening.
From the start, nobody in this house shall refer or inquire about the apparitions. Severest disciplinary action will be taken against any offenders.
I agree.
I intend to curb their curiosity by removing all mystery. On her arrival, she will address the entire community. She will tell her story and answer any questions put to her. Having satisfied their curiosity, there will be a complete silence. The subject will never be mentioned within these walls again.
To face the entire community is a little daunting at the best of times.
To someone with a tendency to shyness, it would be unthinkable.
And I consider that the sisters from the other orders in Nevers should benefit from this unique occasion.
Impossible. Our own community,
I have
perhaps,
already
but
discussed it with all the relevant Mother Superior.
you had no right.
I had every right.
I am still Mother General.
And I am your deputy during your periodic bouts of ill health. It was on one of those occasions that I considered it advisable to discuss the matter.
That will be all, Mother.
When did she arrive, your lordship?
I said that will be all.
Yes, Mother. Your lordship?
A very diligent woman, Mother Josephine.
A very trying one, your lordship.
All the same, I think the girl will be safe in those strong hands. Not precluding your invaluable guidance, of course. How soon can you receive her, Reverend Mother?
We are waiting, your lordship. I shall notify Lord immediately.
Thank you, Reverend Mother.
Entrance Book, July 8, 1866. Mademoiselle Bernadette Soubirous, postulant from Lourdes, aged 22 years.
The Community Journal, July 8th. Mother Alexandre Roch, Principal of the Hospice of Lourdes, has arrived in Nevers, accompanying Bernadette Soubirous. How happy we are to welcome her.
There had been much speculation amongst the community regarding Mademoiselle Soubirous' appearance. There is little to distinguish her from the other postulants, except perhaps for a more timid and retiring nature.
The postulants are ready, Reverend Mother. That is Bernadette on the left.
She looks pale.
Her eyes are red.
She cried herself to sleep last night.
Is she not happy to be here, Mother Alexandra?
Oh, to be here is her dearest wish.
Bernadette Soubirous? My daughter, we require a public duty of you.
Whatever you wish, Reverend Mother.
You will honor us with your story.
Story?
Of the happenings at the grotto. Do you object?
I came here to hide.
You came here to follow your vocation.
How can I follow my vocation when it's continually being interrupted? For 8 years I've been prodded and stared at like a caged animal.
Soon you will profess your vows of obedience. I suggest you start practicing them now. You will address the entire community before the bell of the midday Angelus.
No.
Do you refuse my first request?
I meant that I'm nervous. I cannot face them.
Of course you can. They will want to hear what happened in Lourdes.
Haven't they already heard?
That supposition betrays an inclination to self-love. I shall record it as such.
I meant I have told it so many times before.
Do you have an aversion to retelling so divine a privilege?
Mother Marie-Therese, what do you do with a broom?
A broom? Why, sweep with it, I suppose.
And then?
One generally puts it back in its place. Why?
And so with me. I've been used, and now I'm happy to be put back in my place. I would be grateful to remain there, Mother.
Well spoken, my child. Record that as an inclination to modesty, Mother Marie-Therese.
The sisters are waiting, Reverend Mother.
Come along, my child. My sisters, I welcome the new postulants to the community. You are all aware that Bernadette Soubirous of Lourdes has joined us today. To suppress any future curiosity, she will tell you of various supernatural experiences purported to have happened to her. When she has finished, you will be free to ask questions. After that, There will be a complete and utter silence concerning the subject. It will never be mentioned within the walls of this house ever again. Bernadette Soubirous. Come forward, my child, where everyone can see you.
8 years ago, together with my sister, Toinette, and a friend, I went to gather firewood. We crossed the meadow to the cliff of Massabielle. The 2 other girls waded across the stream to the foot of the cliff. I was afraid to enter because I suffer from asthma. They ran off and left me. I sat down and started to remove my shoes and stockings when I heard a sound, like wind blowing through the trees. I looked around, but everything was still. And then my eyes were drawn towards the grotto.
And what did you see?
I saw a lady dressed in white with a blue sash and a golden rose on each foot. I was frightened. I rubbed my eyes. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I reached for my rosary and tried to make the sign of the cross, but my arms felt heavy and would not move. The lady herself made the sign of the cross, and then my hand began to tremble and I could move it again. I said my rosary whilst the lady went through the motions of saying hers, and when I had finished, she suddenly disappeared.
Continue, my child.
That's all, Reverend Mother.
She appeared to you more than once.
18 times in all.
Well, tell us.
The waters, Bernadette. Tell us about the spring.
During her 9th appearance, the lady told me to drink at the spring and wash in it. I looked around the grotto but couldn't find any water, so I started to walk back to the stream, but the lady beckoned me back and indicated the place. I scratched in the dirt and found a little mud there. I touched my lips with it and smeared it over my face.
This was one of the reasons you were accused of insanity, I believe.
They tried to have me locked up.
Speak up, my child. We all want to hear your story.
They tried to have me locked up. But afterwards, a trickle appeared out of the mud, and the trickle gushed into a spring.
The lame are said to be healed after immersion in this water.
So I'm told, Mother.
Then could it not be used to heal your own afflictions?
The spring is not for me, Mother.
Why not?
The spring is not for me.
Now tell them what the lady required of you. Your penance, Bernadette, your penance.
The lady asked for penance, mortification, and prayer for sinners.
What penance did you submit?
My illness, Mother.
Now ask your questions, sisters.
I believe she asked for a church to be built. Yes. The lady said I was to tell the priest to build a chapel at the grotto, and that people were to come there in procession.
Her wish was granted when the crypt was consecrated.
The lady?
You have mentioned very little about her.
Was she beautiful? Yes. How beautiful? So beautiful that when you've seen her once, you will be happy to die to see her again.
And her voice? Her voice? What was it like?
I heard her voice in my heart rather than in my ear.
I believe you were given a personal message. What was it?
She said, I cannot make you happy in this world, but I promise to do so in the next.
It is rumored that you were entrusted with 3 secrets.
Yes, Mother.
And you have never revealed them?
They wouldn't be secret if I had.
But they are said to concern the whole of mankind.
I have never said that.
Others have.
Others didn't hear them. The secrets were only for me.
Then they can't have had much importance.
They were of great importance to me, Mother.
Is it true that you were faced by many doubters?
Yes, Reverend Mother. People demanded proof. Our parish priest even requested that the lady should make a wild rosebush flower.
And did it?
no, Mother. It hadn't bloomed for years. I don't think it ever will.
A pity. She revealed the miraculous spring instead.
Which portrays a practical nature.
Is it true that they've honoured her by placing a statue in the exact place where she appeared?
White Carrara marble, so beautiful.
It is beautiful, but quite unlike her. It's said to be in the pose she assumed when she revealed her name to you.
Would you show us how she stood? Thank you. And what did she say?
I am the Immaculate Conception.
The angel of the Lord appeared unto Mary,
And she conceived of the Holy Ghost.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb.
I have listened to your story with interest.
Thank you, Mother.
I have always had a special devotion to the Blessed Virgin. All my life I have had a premonition. More than a premonition, a definite knowledge that she would grace me with a particular mission. I have waited long, my daughter. You have been more fortunate.
I did nothing to deserve so great a privilege.
However, there are several points in your story which I find disturbing, as others have, I believe. You have a way of drawing a veil over certain aspects which might suspend belief.
I can only tell what happened, Mother. The choice of believing or disbelieving depends on the listener.
Oh, don't misunderstand me. I do not criticize your story, but rather your way of telling it.
As I've been forbidden to talk about it again, there won't be any further chance of displeasing you, Mother.
You understand that as Mistress of Novices, I am your immediate superior?
Yes, Mother.
I want to give you all the help in my power. I want you to find great happiness.
Thank you, Mother. I'm grateful to you.
From today, you must forget your life in the world, all the ties you had there, and the people who were close to you. You will miss them at first. We all do.
I shall miss my family, I know.
We are your family now. And we rejoice to have a new sister, a sister we shall love and care for and share our lives with. But you must cooperate with us, my child.
Most willingly, Mother.
Never be afraid to come to me with any doubts you may have. We all have doubts at times. So often they are due to false pride, believing that we know better than our superiors. Do you understand, my child? And when I summon you for an interview, you will tell me all I ask you. Any questions that I put to you, you must answer. You will trust me as your own mother, to whom I believe you were very close. You will tell me if you are ever unhappy, what your feelings are towards your fellow postulants, whether there are any amongst them towards whom you feel particularly drawn. Be entirely open. No secrets, no private desires, nothing. Your asthma, my child. I believe this is an affliction which is aggravated by nervousness. You have no reason to feel uneasy in my presence. Too much can be made of an illness. It is a form of self-indulgence and must not be encouraged. There, that is better already. And so, God bless you. Think over what I've told you, my child, for that is the only way to find joy and fulfillment in the new life you have chosen. Do you understand?
Community Journal, July 19th, 1866. Word has leaked out that Bernadette Soubirous has joined the community. Each day pilgrims arrive in great crowds to ask for her. Reverend Mother Josephine firmly rejects all proposals to see or interview her.
July 29th, the feast of St Martha, patroness of the congregation. Together with the other postulants, Bernadette Soubirous has today completed the ceremony of clothing. After an address by Bishop Fourcade, the postulants were given their novices' veils and their names in religion. Mother Marie-Thérèse has chosen for Bernadette the name of Marie Bernard.
October 25th. In the last 3 months, Sister Marie Bernard's health has deteriorated considerably. She is now seriously ill.
October 26th. Sister Marie Bernard's condition is now a matter for grave concern. She has been administered the sacrament of extreme unction.
What can be detaining his lordship?
Patience, Mother. Try to keep calm. Come in.
Mother,
What is it, Sister Emilienne? Why have you left her bedside?
forgive me, Reverend Mother. I was looking for Mother Marie-Therese.
What is it, sister?
She's in such agony. Can nothing be done?
The doctor is with her. Sister Marie Bernard is in good hands.
Oh, couldn't we summon another doctor?
Sister Emilienne. Dr. Saint-Cyr will do all he is able. We do not question his authority at any time.
Oh, but her hemorrhage, you haven't seen her, Reverend Mother. She cannot breathe.
That is enough. Control yourself, sister.
Please, Reverend Mother. Sister, are you so weak that you falter at the first ordeal? Are you going to make a poor nurse as well as a poor nun? Is that all my teaching has done for you?
But we are so powerless.
Never, sister, never. We have the greatest power of all at our command, the power of prayer.
Yes, but it is so difficult.
Would you deny her that power at this moment when she needs it most? Did the holy women of Calvary turn their backs on our Lord's agony?
Forgive me, Mother.
Now, go back and offer your rosary with the other sisters. Commend Sister Marie Bernard's sufferings into the hands of Christ and our Blessed Lady. Offer your weakness as penance and gain strength from it.
Thank you, Mother Marie-Therese. Forgive my intrusion, Reverend Mother.
I apologize for usurping your authority in your own office, Reverend Mother.
This time you were justified. You were admirable.
The last rites were administered over an hour ago. If he doesn't arrive soon, he will be too late.
This nervousness is so unlike you. Since the girl's arrival, I have noticed a distinct change in you, an obsessive preoccupation with her.
I am not aware that it has ever been obsessive.
Possessive, perhaps?
We have been entrusted with the care of a special soul. To refine it has been my responsibility.
The responsibility of us all, I think.
I cannot help but feel personally answerable, Reverend Mother, as I do for all my novices. Should she die now, my task will be incomplete.
No one can ever question your diligence. That you may be unable to fulfill your mission could be God's will.
There is still so much to be done. So much.
Her progress has satisfied you?
She followed the rule punctiliously. She was unassuming, pious, devoted, orderly.
Yet you seem disappointed.
Reverend Mother, in all my experience of spiritual guidance, I have never come across a case like this. Despite her virtues, there has been a stubbornness and touchiness which has been insurmountable.
Merely traits of the natural character.
But she clings to them. When I interview her and invite her to disclose her spiritual doubts, she merely smiles at me.
I have noticed that smile.
There's something mysterious about it. Secret. One would almost call it sly if one didn't know her. But it doesn't make my task of solving her doubts any easier. There is a complete and utter lack of contact between us. And to guide her, I have to know her intimately.
There might not be any more to know.
There must be. I have to know.
Mother, is there any doubt in your mind?
Doubt?
Of her true vocation?
As a novice, she's an example to us all, but as a confidant of the Blessed Virgin, she leaves much to be desired.
I hope you are not presuming to dictate to whom Our Lady should appear.
That was not my intention, Reverend Mother. I was merely speculating that there are others who appear to be more worthy.
Why not accept what is offered?
I shall continue to pray for enlightenment. I shall mortify my body until I know the truth. I have to penetrate that soul.
Death may have succeeded where we have failed, Reverend Mother. Come in.
Is there no sign of his lordship?
No, Father. How is she?
She is sinking fast, Reverend Mother. She has asked to be granted the privilege of taking her final vows.
To grant such a request is unprecedented. She's been in the novitiate for only 3 months.
Father Douce, as the end is near, I consider it right to grant her request.
Reverend Mother!
Will you preside at the ceremony at once, Father?
His lordship desires that privilege for himself.
If his lordship is not here, she may die unprofessed.
The girl is not ready. I cannot agree.
In the name of humanity, we are granting a dying wish. Father, I shall take full responsibility for your presiding in his lordship's absence.
Very well, Reverend Mother.
Mother Josephine?
Is it over?
No, Reverend Mother, but the doctor has summoned you urgently.
I came as soon as I received your message, Reverend Mother. Am I too late?
Thank God you have arrived in time, your lordship. Please follow me.
Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us.
Can you hear me, my child? I believe you wish to profess your vows. I am here to receive your profession, sister.
No. Strength.
I shall pronounce the formula. It will be sufficient for you to answer Amen. Can you hear me? I, Sister Marie Bernard, wishing to consecrate myself in the service of God, vow poverty, chastity, and obedience in the rules of the congregation approved by the Sovereign Pontiff. I beg our Lord, Jesus Christ, by the intercession of the Most Blessed Virgin, to grant me the grace to fulfill these promises.
Amen.
Spread the veil across her brow, Mother. The crucifix between her fingers. Thank you. Now lay the rosary and rule book beside her. Thank you, Mother. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Pray for me, Sister Marie Bernard.
Goodbye, my child.
Praise the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God,
Doctor?
pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
There can be no change now.
Is she in pain?
I cannot understand how she has withstood it for so long.
Her entire life has been a battle against poverty, disease.
And defeat will be welcome. You're tired, Mother.
My eyelids feel heavy and inflamed.
I advise you to rest. I shall stay till the end.
You have worked long and hard, Doctor. If you're convinced that no more can be done, then I offer you the same advice. I shall keep vigil all night if needs be.
That will not be necessary, Mother. I shall not die tonight.
Doctor, what has happened?
I reached there, Mother, but they weren't ready for me.
The congestion appears to have dispersed.
I'm better, Doctor.
Sister Emilienne, send for Mother General immediately.
Her pulse is normal.
You had us believe the child was dying.
She was, Mother.
Could you have diagnosed wrongly?
A trained eye is not necessary to diagnose imminent death.
Then it is a miracle.
It's not given to my calling to confirm so extravagant a diagnosis.
Nor is it within your province to deny it.
This patient has a history of sudden recovery, but I did not believe her records until now.
And a series of miracles have been perpetrated upon her.
What has happened?
A miracle, Reverend Mother.
The facts, Doctor.
The patient appears to have recovered.
Is this possible?
Her pulse is normal, her respiratory tubes are clear. 10 minutes ago she was dying, Reverend Mother. I have no doubt of it.
This incredible change.
It has happened before. You know her medical history.
Her brow is cool.
Believe me, there is no longer any immediate danger.
Did you allow us to summon his lordship at this unearthly hour of the night for nothing?
I've thought I was dying, Reverend Mother.
You allowed yourself to become the centre of attention.
I wished to die professed.
And so you took your vows under false pretenses.
Oh, no, Reverend Mother.
Vows taken in articulo mortis are due for renewal a year after the patient's recovery. If you aren't dead by the morning, I'll take your veil away and return you to the novitiate.
I'll do my best, Reverend Mother.
Fortunately, your best will not be good enough.
You must rest, sister.
See how beautiful my crucifix is, Mother. Sister Vincent, look at my rule book.
Oh, what a little thief you are.
Thief?
Getting it under false pretenses.
Thief, perhaps. But they're mine, and nobody can take them away from me. I belong to the community now. I belong to the community, and they'll never be able to dismiss me, not as long as I live.
Sister Marie Bernard, the time has come for you and I to become better acquainted.
The patient must rest now.
Now that you're one of us, we'll have to hammer that soul into shape.
Strike the hammer gently, Mother.
Community Journal, October 13th, 1867. Today the novices take their final vows, accompanied by Sister Marie Bernard, who will renew the vows previously taken by her in articulo mortis.
Sisters, how serious you all look.
To profess one's vows is very serious, Sister Marie Bernard.
Serious, but also joyful, Sister Emilienne. This is the happiest day in our religious life.
I shall feel happier when we've been granted our new appointments.
Oh, Sister Vincent, how the thought frightens me.
We could be sent almost anywhere.
And assigned to the most disagreeable places.
In the past, some sisters have been known to faint from the severity of their appointments.
What idle rumours, sister.
Are you not afraid, Sister Marie Bernard?
No, Sister Vincent. I'm happy to belong to the community. I'm grateful to serve God in any capacity which may be offered me. And now, sisters, let us pray for strength to fulfill our obligations with gratitude.
Owing to her unique history, it has been decided to retain Sister Marie Bernard at Nevers, but due to the danger of her pride becoming inflated, the reason for her retention will be withheld from her.
My daughters, this morning you have become professed. As you are now full members of the community, your days of preparation must be utilized in practice. In the usual custom of this house, His Lordship will present you with your letters of appointment. We hope you will fulfill the trust we have in you. Please proceed, Mother.
Sister Vincent Garros.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
Sister Emilienne
Be happy in your vocation, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
Sister Stanislas
You will make
Pascal.
a compassionate nurse, sister.
I pray so.
Thank you, Your
Sister
Lordship.
Bernard
Teach
Darius.
with patience.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
You will enjoy ministering to the poor, sister.
God willing, Your Lordship.
We appear to be one letter short, Reverend Mother.
That is all, Your Lordship. Will you come to the refectory now?
But what duty has been allotted to Sister Marie Bernard?
Sister Marie Bernard has no assignment, Your Lordship.
Oh, isn't that a little irregular?
Irregular, perhaps, Your Lordship. But Sister Marie Bernard is good for nothing.
But what do you intend to do with her?
We were awaiting your suggestion, Your Lordship.
She'd be a burden to any house we sent her to.
My daughter. So, you are of no use to the community?
No, Your Lordship.
And how do you know that?
Mother Marie-Thérèse says so.
And do you believe her?
I have no reason to disbelieve her.
Sister Marie Bernard, I assign to you the post of praying.
Praying, Your Lordship?
Yes, praying.
But that isn't an assignment, Your Lordship. I always pray.
Then intensify your prayers.
Your Lordship.
Your Lordship, will you take your refreshment now?
Thank you, Mother Josephine.
O Mary, most gentle mother, grant me the strength to conquer the pride my heart suffers. Grant that, like you, I may be generous in the sacrifices that our Lord asks of me.
And I too. Oh, I am glad to be leaving, sister. I will. You're the last person I should like to have nursing me.
What do you mean?
You're so sensitive, I'd probably end up by nursing you.
Don't be such a tease, sister. Amelia will be very efficient. Where are you going, sister? Far away from Mother Marie-Therese, thank goodness. But think of me when next you're given a penance, Sister Vincent. I'm no longer her novice, thank goodness. You're all too harsh on Mother Marie-Therese. Not nearly as harsh as she's been to us. I've always had an affinity for the sick. But Mother Marie-Therese thought I was better suited to teaching.
I envy the children you teach, sister.
They may not learn much, but at least they won't have penances imposed on them. Oh, imagine. I shall be with them tomorrow morning. Where have you been assigned, sister? Lourdes.
Oh, you are most fortunate, sister.
Were it in my power, I would willingly change assignments with you.
I shall never return there.
We're sorry for the humiliation you've endured today, sister.
Public humiliation helps suppress the natural side of one's character.
But it was so unjust.
They called you good for nothing.
You are more practical than any of us.
Your needlework is exquisite.
Sisters, we are trained to do good works, to teach and nurse. I am no good at any of these.
In your place today, I would have been unable to suppress my feelings towards Mother Marie-Therese.
Sister?
I would have screamed at her.
Sister Vincent Garros, your sentiments are unworthy of your vocation.
Sisters, we must try and see God in our superiors at all times. But I'll tell you a secret. Sometimes I boil inside. But only inside. I try not to let it show. I always submit, come what may.
Your conquest of the natural character is an example to us all.
If that is true, which I doubt, then perhaps I was given the grace of greater effort because I had more to overcome.
It's the ground. Sisters, make haste. Some of you have trains to catch. And those remaining have the celebratory meal to attend. Sister Marie Vincent has baked a cake specially for the occasion. Please, hurry.
Yes, Mother.
Not you, Sister Marie Bernard.
You wish to see me, Mother?
Why did you accept my penance so readily?
Because it was for the good of my soul.
And why were you given the penance in the first place?
I don't know.
Then how do you know it was for the good of your soul?
Because you wouldn't have given it to me otherwise, Mother.
I gave it to you because you always try to be the center of attention.
No.
Always trying to impose yourself on the other sisters. What were you talking about?
They were discussing their appointment.
I didn't ask what they were discussing. What were you telling them?
Nothing, Mother.
Evasiveness will be your downfall.
Oh, Mother Marie-Therese.
Do another penance.
What for?
Do you question my authority?
It would be beneficial if I knew why I was doing a penance.
That was for touchiness. The first was for self-love.
I am guilty of touchiness, Mother. I try to overcome it.
That is as it should be, my child.
We are all guilty of self-love, but I try to remember your teaching that it only dies with the body.
You are always quick with a pert reply. I try to understand you, sister. But you do nothing to simplify my task.
There is nothing to understand but what you see before you.
What I see before me is someone piously evasive. Your trouble is that you always have too much to say at the wrong time. Whenever I invite you to unburden yourself, you stand mute.
I search my heart in the hope of finding something to discuss, Mother, because I know it will please you. But my heart is free of doubt and spiritual anxiety. There is never anything to unburden.
Yet you always find enough to say to the other sisters.
Oh, that is just talk.
Then why not talk to me?
I always answer your questions.
That is not the same thing. You never confide in me.
I don't understand what you would have me confide.
Do you have any personal prejudice against me?
No.
Would you perhaps have unfolded more readily to some other person?
There is no more to unfold.
I have to know.
What is there to know?
Tell me.
Mother.
Tell me what really happened at Lourdes. If the Holy Father wanted to know, would you tell him?
What, Mother Marie-Thérèse? What would he want to know that I haven't already told you?
The 3 secrets.
No.
You would even deny the Holy Father?
The Holy Father wouldn't ask such a question. He knows it's of no concern to him.
Isn't it?
Mother Marie-Thérèse, Sister Pascal is leaving for Lourdes.
God bless you, sister.
Thank you, Mother. Goodbye, Sister Marie Bernard. I shall be able to tell your family that you're well again.
Remember.
Come, sister, your train will leave you behind. Goodbye, sisters. God bless you all.
Goodbye.
Now that you are professed, you will no longer be under my personal jurisdiction. But should you ever feel the need to share your secrets, should you ever feel the weight of them too heavy on your soul, remember, I am here.
I cannot reveal the secrets to
I shall be
any...
watching and waiting.
For what?
For the moment you will turn to me. Bless you, my child.
Oh, God. Help me. Help me.
The Community Journal, January 1st, 1868. Sister Marie Bernard has been appointed to the office of Assistant Infirmarian, but her duties are confined to the general cleanliness of the wards.
December 10th, 1868. The sad news of the death of the mother of Sister Marie Bernard has reached us. When informed of her mother's death, the good sister collapsed from the enormity of her grief. Upon revival, she continued her duties without mentioning the matter again.
Although it was agreed that she was to have no contact with the patients, Sister Marthe Fors, the infirmarian, states that Sister Marie Bernard alone is capable of comforting the more serious cases.
Sister Marie Bernard, I'm frightened.
There's nothing to fear. You're recovering.
I nearly died.
We all have to die someday.
Don't you fear death?
No.
Sister Marie Bernard, I am in pain.
We must suffer a little for God, sister. He suffered so much for us.
Sister, please straighten my pillow.
I'm coming.
Sister Marie Bernard, I'm thirsty.
There's fresh water by your bed. Try to sleep. Sister Paula, go to sleep, go to sleep. Sleep until the bells ring, ding, dang, dong.
Oh, Sister Marie Bernard, you haven't finished the floor yet. Hurry up, we haven't got all day. Mother General will be making her round soon. Is that Sister Kerr ringing? Have you changed her dressings?
Not yet, sister.
What have you been doing?
Water.
One moment, I'm coming.
Mother General on her way and you wasting time talking to the patients. Sister Vincent Garros. Because of your sloth, another sister will have to perform your duties. Oh, Sister Vincent, you will have to change Sister Lescure's dressings.
Oh, please.
Hurry up, we're behind time.
Her wound is so repulsive.
Then be grateful you aren't afflicted with it.
Sister Vincent, if you comfort Sister Lescure, I'll attend to her dressings as soon as I finish the floor. Thank you, sister.
She doesn't need comforting. She needs her dressing changed.
Yes, but until they are, she'll be content to know that she isn't being neglected.
Sister Marthe, the Mother General has summoned you.
We'll all be reprimanded. She's heard of the disorder, and it'll be penances all round.
Take a deep breath to compose yourself, sister. Everything will be in order by the time of inspection.
Sister Emilienne, the kettles need filling, and the breakfast trays are not as Reverend Mother likes them to be. Oh, and where are the special bandages?
Sister Lescure is sleeping.
It's better that she rests. I'll change her dressings when she wakes.
Thank you, sister. Since when was changing Sister Lescure's dressing your duty, sister?
Mother...
Where is Sister Marta Forres?
You summoned her, Reverend Mother.
I?
So I understood some while ago.
And you have elected to deputize for her.
I thought, Reverend...
The rule does not require an assistant infirmarian to think.
No, Reverend Mother. Will you begin your tour of inspection now?
That will not be my duty tonight. The doctor has forced me to rest for a while. I came to wish my fellow patients a good night before I retire.
Yes, Mother. Here's Sister Lescure. She's asleep. Sister Francois?
God bless you, sister.
God bless you, Reverend Mother.
Sister Paula.
Sister, why are you limping?
It's nothing, Reverend Mother.
One does not limp for nothing, sister.
It's only my knee, Reverend Mother.
Show me. Has the doctor inspected this?
It's of no consequence.
But has nobody else noticed your limp?
Mother Marie-Therese was kind enough to remark on it.
What did she say?
She told me to walk properly. She said one only limped to attract attention to oneself.
Your heavy duties must be curtailed.
But the floors, Reverend Mother.
There are other capable sisters.
Mother Josephine has asked me to relieve you, sister. Are you tired, sister?
No, Sister Vincent.
Then are you unwell?
I was looking at the poplars out there. They remind me so much of Lourdes.
You miss it very much.
It was like heaven on earth to me. What else do we have to do?
Nothing.
Then I must find something.
You overwork yourself.
I must not be idle, sister.
That cough is getting worse.
I've always had it.
It should have been treated when you were a child.
When I was a child, there were more important matters to be considered than coughs.
What is more important than one's health?
Bread, my dear Sister Vincent. Or the lack of it. Once my younger brother was caught eating the candle scrapings off the church floor. And I can assure you it wasn't because he liked the taste of candle wax.
To be guaranteed happiness in the next world is what matters. Surely that is the ultimate grace.
It's not as easy as that.
What could be easier? When one's final destination is assured, what could be more pleasant than to sit back and enjoy the journey?
One is given instructions at the start of the journey. How one conducts oneself according to those instructions is what matters. I must polish the bedposts.
You've already done so.
The water jugs have to be replenished.
Why do you avoid me?
Sister.
You do?
We have work to do.
Do you dislike me?
We work well together, Sister Vincent.
Is that all?
You are my sister in religion, but I love you as though you were my blood sister. Working with you in the infirmary has given me the greatest happiness since entering the community. There, are you satisfied?
Sister Mary Bernard, do a penance, kneel.
Yes, Mother.
Mother, you haven't the right. She's no longer a novice.
Sister Vincent Garros, report to the kitchens.
The kitchen?
You heard what I said.
Why, Mother?
Because I told you to.
No, Mother.
Kiss the floor.
No.
I give you one more chance before I report you.
Only the Mother General has the right to reassign a professed sister, or to demand a penance.
Due to the indisposition of Mother Josephine, I have this day taken over the duties and position of Mother General of the entire community. You are hereby relieved of your duties in the infirmary. You will report to the kitchens immediately.
Yes, Mother.
Come here. My child, did you wonder why I reassigned Sister Vincent Garros?
It is your privilege to do so, Mother.
In a community such as ours, the danger of personal attachments is always strong. Your vocation worries me more than the others. I have to guard it jealously.
Thank you, Mother.
Your face is drawn, sister. Are you in pain?
Not unduly, Mother.
Do you think a change of duties might be beneficial?
Whatever you say, Mother.
I am trying to help you, Sister Mary Bernard.
Thank you, Mother. Will you make your inspection now?
You once told me that there was a particularly close relationship between you and your mother.
She loved all her children equally.
But she devoted more attention to you.
An asthmatic child requires particular attention, Mother.
You still suffer from asthma.
But I'm no longer a child. And my mother is dead.
I was sorry to hear it, my daughter. Perhaps you will find it easier to confide in me now. Look on me as your mother.
My mother is dead. And my childhood died with her.
You are quite right, sister. We should not expect dispensations in the religious life. And now we each have our duties to perform. How are you this evening, sister?
I'm in pain, Reverend Mother. If only I could be taken to the grotto in Lourdes.
We can take good care of you here, sister.
But the spring would cure me.
The lame have been made to walk.
The blind can see again. Pity on us, Blessed Lady of
Sister
Lourdes.
Mary Bernard, who is responsible for cleaning this corridor?
I am, Mother.
Then your responsibilities appear to lie very lightly on your shoulders. Do it again.
Yes, Mother.
Mother Josephine.
It is usual to knock, Mother.
Your behaviour is unpardonable.
As unpardonable as your rude invasion of my privacy.
I would like to know why you have undermined my authority by demanding that Sister Mary Bernard be given a medical examination.
If you have eyes, use them. The girl is ill.
She takes pride in flaunting her perpetual ill health. In my opinion, she does not need a doctor.
And in my opinion, she does.
Then why couldn't she beg for one the same as anyone else?
Since when has anyone had to beg for a doctor in this house?
That isn't what I meant.
Unfortunately, you did mean it. Nothing would give you greater satisfaction than to see that girl beg.
Reverend Mother.
I may be indisposed, but I haven't missed anything. I have watched your treatment of the girl.
I have only followed the course of action agreed upon at her inception.
Had I known to what lengths you were prepared to go, I would never have given my consent.
My treatment of Sister Mary Bernard has never differed from yours.
I have never been deliberately cruel.
Neither have I.
You have used her ill health to debase her.
Am I being accused of prejudicial behaviour?
Once you were her champion.
In the beginning I was susceptible. There were rational queries, but I wanted her to convince me. I wanted to believe.
But you don't.
I can no longer contain my doubt. From time immemorial, young girls have imagined they've seen things.
So you conclude the girl is deluded?
Yes, hallucinated. And I challenge a cult that is founded on hallucination.
Haven't you overlooked the one factor in favour of the girl's testimony?
I have overlooked nothing.
What of this spring?
You are aware, as I am, that in the Pyrenees there is a spa for every known complaint.
I also know that the grotto water contains no therapeutic substances.
Which only goes to prove that the cures are performed through mass hysteria.
I suggest you offer that explanation to the afflicted who have been made whole. But even if you should be correct, don't forget the millions who have faith in the spring. And when a substantial crumb is offered to a world starved of faith, I would not question its origins.
I have no argument, only an increasing doubt that she truly saw the Blessed Mother of God.
Then I am sorry for you. But my concern is for Sister Marie Bernard, too. And now that you are of the belief that she is not supernaturally privileged, you will not object to her being treated with more leniency in future.
Now you favour her. Our rule, Reverend Mother, demands a uniformity of treatment.
That is all I ask. But I know that you have questioned her privately about matters which we agreed were not to be mentioned in this house again.
I had to know from her own lips what really happened at Lourdes.
The happenings there do not concern her vocation as a nun.
They concern the foundations upon which my faith is built.
The Church does not compel you to believe.
I want to believe. But why? Why should the Blessed Virgin have appeared to her? In anyone so privileged, surely there should be some manifestation of the grace bestowed. The apparition is said to have asked for penance. What penance has she offered? What mortification have we ever seen that would show us proof of such a divine request? Oh, she suffers from asthma, certainly, but that's hardly proof that her agony is greater than that to which I subject my body, for I have stretched the capacity for suffering beyond human endurance. Let her show me abnegation and suffering which I have not experienced. What devotion does she have to our Blessed Mother that can match mine? My whole life has been devoted to her, and her alone.
Nobody denies your devotion.
Then why believe that she was chosen above me?
It is not for us to question.
I do question. It's time somebody started to question the girl.
Your doubts are your own, Mother. But in future, you will treat Sister Marie Bernard like any other sister in this house. I would go so far as to say that, for both your sakes, it is preferable that you see as little of her as possible. Please come in.
The examination has been completed, Reverend Mother.
Yes, Doctor. Oh, please continue. Mother Marie-Thérèse will wish to hear.
Why wasn't I informed earlier of the condition of Sister Marie Bernard's knee?
Her knee?
Hadn't you noticed her limp?
Many of us suffer from rheumatic pains, Doctor. We are taught to bear suffering.
Did anyone examine her so-called rheumatic pains?
If I examined all Sister Marie Bernard's ailments, there would be little time for my own duties.
A remark hardly befitting a sister of charity. If you could have spared the time, you might have saved a great deal of suffering.
An examination was not considered necessary.
On whose authority?
Authority never came into it, Doctor. She never asked for attention.
Sister Marie Bernard has a tumour.
But she never complained.
A characteristic of hers which you should be accustomed to by now.
It has obviously brought her little discomfort.
Mother Marie-Thérèse, what intensity of pain can your mind conceive? I suggest you try and imagine the most excruciating pain possible, then magnify it many times, and you may reach an approximation of her agony. An agony which you have deliberately ignored.
Why didn't she confide in me?
The infection is of a tubercular nature. The tumour on her knee is the size of my fist. She has knelt on it to scrub floors, Reverend Mother.
Can you do anything to help her?
We can but try.
Her heavy duties have been curtailed.
While she is able, it would be beneficial to keep her occupied.
There's no other office vacant.
And one will have to be created.
She might assist the sacristan. The duties are light, mainly the preparation of the altar.
I shall visit her daily, Reverend Mother.
Thank you, Doctor.
Gratitude is mine. In my profession, one doesn't often come across a case like this. We are trained to see only the body. Familiarity with it reduces everything to that one common denominator. But with Sister Marie Bernard, one is aware of another dimension.
We call it the soul, Doctor.
Call it what you will. To witness the emanation of holiness in her suffering would convert the hardest cynics.
How could I have been so blind? This physical torment is surely the penance required of her by our Blessed Lady. All doubt must be laid to rest now.
Unfortunately not, Mother. In the medical profession, her case is still dismissed as mere mumbo-jumbo. I recently received a request for information on her from the Society of Doctors of Orne. They had held a seminar on the miracles of Lourdes. Their conclusion was that the whole affair was based on the evidence of an hallucinated child. They even went so far as to surmise that the girl was being held prisoner here, to prevent her speaking further, and possibly jeopardizing the rich financial interests growing up around the grotto.
We are aware of these rumors, Doctor. They also say that Lourdes was dreamed up in Rome to revive religious fervor.
We live in a world where even the inexplicable must have an answer.
And when there are no answers, what easier than to create them? Thank you for your kindness, Doctor.
I'd like to see the infirmarian before I leave.
I'll take you to him.
Very well, Mother. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mother Josephine.
Doctor, what is the Society of Doctors of Orne?
Exactly what it says, Mother. A society of distinguished doctors.
You mean their qualifications are unsurpassed in the medical profession?
I would prefer to call them the bishops of my profession.
And they said she was hallucinated.
I wouldn't let it disturb you, Mother. Even bishops are capable of being mistaken.
But what did you reply? Regarding her hallucinations?
I told them in no uncertain words that I've been privileged to work with her. And while she was my infirmarian, she performed her duties to my complete satisfaction.
But What did you specifically say about her being hallucinated?
I confirm that her efficient clinical detachment does not render her in the least way liable to hysteria.
But you yourself admitted that doctors are sometimes fallible. Doctor, do you believe her?
I have no reason for disbelief, Mother. Have you?
Community Journal, April 14th, 1878. The mild spring weather has been kind to Sister Marie Bernard's health. Her asthmatic attacks have been fewer, and even the pain in her knee has eased. Both physically and mentally, Sister Marie Bernard is enjoying a tranquility she has not known for some years.
June 14th. Sister Marie Bernard has again been confined to the infirmary. The tumour on her right knee seems to be worsening, and she appears to be undergoing a severe spiritual eclipse. Reverend Mother Josephine suspects that she is undergoing a form of purification of the soul, a time of incomparable stress caused by a feeling of inability to love God sufficiently, with the resultant terror of eternal loss. Although Sister Marie Bernard's condition is causing grave concern, Dr. Saint-Cyr has granted her permission to visit the chapel whenever she is able.
Mother Marie-Therese.
I have not seen you for some time, sister. I hope you are well treated in the infirmary.
Although I took the vow of poverty, I'm sure the poor were never so well treated as I have been.
I hope you continue to make progress, my child.
Mother, once you asked me to come to you.
That was many years ago.
Do I have permission to speak to you now?
I have my duties to attend to.
I have no one to turn to, Mother.
Your confessor?
I've already been to him.
Then why come to me?
Because I thought you would understand.
What is there to understand?
Mother, I am consumed by doubt. I feel forsaken. There is no longer any response when I pray.
That happens to us all from time to time.
Never so cruelly as now. I feel I cannot love the intangible sufficiently and have consequently been abandoned.
Only you can measure the depth of your own love.
Oh, I love him with all my soul and heart. I have offered pain and humiliation in silence because it was all I had to offer. But it was insufficient.
You have not changed, sister. You still seek consolation from the virtues you practice.
No, Mother.
You are still consumed by your own pride.
My pride is a cross I have to bear.
And you have flaunted it.
I have tried to carry it hidden in my heart.
Then you have failed.
I have failed, Mother, but not through want of trying. I've been granted so many graces and made so little use of them.
You have been granted no more grace than anyone else in this community. You have been deceived into believing that you are a paragon of all the virtues. A long time ago I told you you were on the common road. Until you believe me, you will know no peace.
I have always believed you.
You have set yourself up as someone spiritually privileged.
I was only trying to express my gratitude for what happened at Lourdes.
Sister Marie Bernard, did it happen? The truth need never leave the walls of this chapel.
I saw her.
Disease and poverty play extraordinary tricks in a child's mind, sister.
I saw her.
But it was not a vision of the Blessed Virgin, was it? Was it? Do you think if she had deigned to appear to you, she would abandon you now?
I saw her.
Is your mind so clouded that you are incapable of accepting the truth?
The truth?
My child, you were hallucinated.
The doctors at Lourdes said I was the same as anyone else.
I am merely confirming the conclusions of a panel of doctors more distinguished than those who examined you at Lourdes.
Who are they, Mother?
The Society of Doctors of Orme.
But they have never examined me.
They studied your case meticulously.
And you agree with them?
These are wise men.
I am sane.
One of the symptoms of insanity is the inability to see it in oneself.
But you know me, Mother.
Oh, I know you. I know a young woman who claims to have seen things no one else has seen. Someone who debased herself before a multitude by grovelling about on a filthy grotto floor.
There was a reason.
Besmirching her face with mud.
She told me.
The distorted mind always finds a reason for the contortions of the body it inhabits. Would the Immaculate Mother reduce her own to the slobbering depravity of an animal? Do you honestly believe that heaven would descend to a refuse pit frequented by swine? I'm frightened. Perhaps I'm beginning to reach you at last.
But she's still in my head. Even now. So clear. Beautiful. I can still hear her voice. How can there be any doubt about that?
Have you ever visited an asylum? I have. Poor lost souls, burnt up in the intensity of their delusions.
I am not like them, Mother.
You have never shown proof to the contrary.
My pain is no delusion.
Then rid yourself of it.
My pain is not self-imposed to be turned on and off at will. My pain is my penance.
Is it? Sometimes pain is rooted in desire.
I have accepted it, but never desired it.
But you have admitted that as your physical agony intensifies, so does your doubt.
I no longer know what I say. My knee, the agony blurs my mind.
Then you admit your body has taken precedence over your soul.
No, Mother.
You admit that your suffering is greater than your love for her.
No. Help me, Mother. Help me.
Sister, permission could be granted for you to return to Lourdes.
For what reason? My mission there is ended.
Ended? If so, I suggest your Lady of the Grotto is sadly lacking in compassion.
No.
Is it compassionate to supplant faith with doubt? For that is what she has done. If you were ever granted a mission, I suggest it is incomplete.
If only I could ease your doubts.
You can. Return to Lourdes and offer yourself as final proof. Go and implore her intercession on your own behalf. Would she choose you, then, having used you, leave you sick and uncertain? Is this your conception of the Holy Mother of God?
No.
Then consider the possibilities of a cure, my child. To walk without pain, to breathe freely, to follow your vocation with diligence instead of being a liability to us all. The decision is yours.
When may I leave, Mother?
I shall make arrangements.
No. I cannot go.
So at last, I know the truth. At last I have the proof I've been seeking all these years.
Proof? What proof?
The implication is obvious, isn't it? You deny the miraculous source of the spring.
No.
The world soon forgets, sister. And with forgetfulness comes forgiveness. Accept the decision of the doctors of Orne. Renounce what you claim to have seen in the grotto as the distortion of an unbalanced mind.
I renounce nothing. What I suffer now is merely a continuation of my mission at Lourdes, where I promise to do penance, mortify myself, and pray for sinners.
You are not prepared to take my advice.
The price is too great. I can accept the physical suffering. What I cannot accept is the torture of my inner suffering. I cannot live alone in this darkness.
You are a victim of your own delusion.
Then I must live with my delusion. Because there is nothing else to take its place.
And I can no longer help you.
Neither you, nor any other human person.
Then enjoy your delusion, Sister Marie Bernard. I shall continue to pray for you.
Pray for my soul, Mother. My body is of no consequence. O compassionate heart of Jesus, accept my agony as supplication for those that suffer, weep, and forget you. From this moment on, I have severed myself from all hope of human understanding. You have given me the strength to break my will and blend it with yours. Now give me the will to endure the pain my heart suffers. Oh, Jesus, if you want me crucified, then crucify me.
The Community Journal, December 8th. Sister Mary Bernard's condition continues to give grave cause for anxiety. The tumour on her knee has assumed alarming proportions, and the agony is aggravated by the spread of caries which rage through her bones with the most violent intensity.
December 11th. Sister Mary Bernard has started to hemorrhage from the lungs. Her suffering is so acute that the entire community exert their prayers in an effort to ease her pain. She is chronically insomniac, spending entire nights without sleeping, and when finally overcome with exhaustion, she is awakened by acute pain, which tortures her unceasingly.
December 13th. A commission has arrived from Rome to re-question Sister Mary Bernard about the apparitions. She solemnly reaffirmed what she stated as a child. When cross-examined about the most minute and exacting details, Sister Mary Bernard finally objected from sheer exhaustion. The good fathers apologized with grace, explaining that they did not realize the extent of her debility.
January 7th, 1879. Sister Mary Bernard is 35 years old today.
Sister Mary Bernard. The doctor will be here soon. No, rest, sister. Don't try to speak. Oh, quickly, doctor. The congestion's intensifying.
I want you to sit up, sister. It will help you to breathe more easily. Sister,
yes,
you will have to help me carry her to the chair.
That's impossible, doctor.
But necessary.
Her bones are so brittle, her nerves so inflamed, she cannot bear the weight of a sheet.
I'm aware of that, sister, but unless we move her immediately, she will choke to death. Please call for assistance.
Yes.
There, sister. You will soon be more comfortable. Sister, the stool.
Oh, my God. My God.
Don't talk. Quickly, sisters, onto the chair. You must each support a leg. I must stress the agony the patient is undergoing, so I beseech you to exercise your utmost gentleness and skill.
There we are, doctor.
That's it. The end is here. Please summon the Mother General.
I'll go.
Sister Mary Bernard.
Goodbye, Vincent. This time, it really is over. Do not weep.
I do not weep, sister. I remember the promise. I cannot make you happy in this world.
But in the next...
The beginning will be soon, sister.
Doctor, is she... My child.
Mother Marie-Therese.
She is unwell, sister, and unable to be with you.
Tell her I saw her.
Do you have a last request?
Forgiveness.
There is nothing to forgive, my daughter.
Forgiveness for all the trouble I've caused her. I hadn't the strength of soul to follow the religious life faithfully.
We are well satisfied, sister.
And from the sisters, I ask forgiveness for the bad example I've shown them. And above all, I beg forgiveness for my pride.
Conserve your energy, sister.
Reverend Mother, pray for me. Pray for me.
I shall ask the Immaculate Mother to console your suffering.
Not consolation. Ask for patience, strength. The agony is good for the soul. I saw her. I saw her.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for me, poor sinner. Oh,
April 17th. Despite the heavy rain, thousands of people have come from all over the country for the lying in state of Sister Marie Bernard.
The throngs became so great that the police commissioner had to be summoned to exercise his authority in controlling them.
Ascension Day, May 22nd. Sister Marie Bernard was buried today in the chapel of St Joseph in the convent of St Gildard in Nevers.
Community Journal, July the 11th, 1906. Mother Marie-Thérèse Vauzou, a former Mistress of Novices, today celebrates her Diamond Jubilee in the religious profession. Although retired to the convent of Mary Immaculate in Lourdes, Mother Marie-Thérèse is strongly in our thoughts.
We offer her our congratulations on this wonderful day and join in her great happiness.
How we wish we could all be with her in Lourdes.
Asked to summon you, Mother Marie-Thérèse.
To Stanislas Pascal, I am in retirement. I am no longer subject to anyone.
But you are missed, Mother. It is your Diamond Jubilee and you are not celebrating.
Old, weary.
The Bishop of Nevers is asking for you. He is a fine man, only surpassed in the guidance of souls by yourself, Mother.
Don't try to humour me.
I am not trying to humour
you. Then you pander to my age.
Your judgment has guided so many vocations.
One soul. I receive no light to guide me. God gave her to me without help or hindrance. He offered me entire responsibility. I failed. The moment I saw her, I lost all peace of mind. The mere sight of the girl antagonized my heart.
That was a long time ago.
Now they're clamoring to have her sanctified. Well, they will be cruelly disillusioned by their failure. What is it?
Mother Forestier has just returned from Rome. The cause of Bernadette's canonization is to be introduced.
And tell them to wait until I am dead. For I shall not speak up for her. If necessary, I shall turn devil's advocate in the cause of canonization.
Mother!
I'm the only one who really knew her.
Mother. Mother Marie-Thérèse. His lordship.
Our lordship?
It has been a long time, Mother.
Your presence is no longer required, Sister Pascal.
offer congratulations.
To an old woman riddled with spiritual doubt.
I was given to believe that you prided yourself on your faith.
All the more reason to despise one's pride.
Pride is merely a retention of the natural character.
I have suffered to eliminate all traces of the natural character.
Therein lies your weakness. You expect too much of the self.
When one demands perfection, an example must be set.
And what example do you set by your isolation?
God has put me under detention, my lord. In the one place I never hoped to be.
You are here only in the hope that some of the joy of Lourdes will be assimilated by your soul.
The place sickens me.
Why?
Its crass commercialism reeks of the devil.
It has been ordained a holy place.
It is a marketplace for vulgarity.
Would you deny the pilgrims a memento of their visit? Don't forget that their happiness is as deep-rooted as your aversion.
Our happiness will be short-lived when our cause is dismissed.
You are convinced that it will be?
The Blessed Virgin did not appear to her.
Whether she did or not is superfluous to the subject. You are as aware as I am that nobody was ever canonized on the grounds of supernatural apparitions. If she is canonized, it will be for the high level of Christian integrity with which she conducted her life.
She was not without fault.
If she were, she would have had nothing to overcome.
You have come here to condemn me.
No.
You have heard of my treatment toward her. Now you've come to condemn me like all the others.
No. Mother Marie-Thérèse, do you believe your behavior toward her was justified?
I was incapable of behaving in any other way.
But was it justified?
I was incapable.
Were you incapable of easing her suffering?
Don't probe my wounds.
Why?
My tongue could not express what was in my heart. To address her was to wound her.
You are a sister of charity, devout, pious, and kind. Why then were you incapable of easing a fellow human being's suffering?
I alone disbelieved her.
Sister Marie-Thérèse, stop blaming yourself. Your lack of belief was not of your making.
And now you patronize me too.
I am an old man with neither the cause nor the patience to patronize an old woman.
Then why try to exonerate my treatment of the girl?
If you had lightened the girl's burden, if you had been capable of giving her the merest grain of happiness, how could the Blessed Virgin's prediction have been fulfilled?
I don't understand you.
I cannot make you happy in this world, but I promise to do so in the next. Should the Congregation of Rites affirm Bernadette Soubirous' cause, you will be recognized as the integral contributor to her glorification.
I?
You.
You say I was the principal object she had to overcome?
Can't you understand?
No.
Try.
I understand nothing.
Then accept your consolation without understanding.
I'm not here for consolation.
Look out of the window.
No.
Look.
I do not acquiesce in superstition.
What do you fear? If you have nothing to fear, then I challenge you to look.
Such deception is cruel. Only a minority will be cured.
The majority will receive a special grace. The grace to suffer well. An example was chosen. Bernadette fulfilled her mission. And you, Mother, were an instrument in the fulfillment. The Blessed Virgin showed good taste in choosing this place. The mountains. Such tranquility. such peace. Goodbye, Mother Marie-Therese. God bless you.
Oh, God. I believe. Help thou my unbelief.
On February the 15th, 1907, Mother Marie-Therese Vauzou died in her 82nd year, after imploring the intercession of Our Lady of Lourdes.
On December 8th, 1933, the feast of the Immaculate Conception, Sister Marie Bernard was canonized and will be known henceforth as Saint Bernadette.
In Mistress of Novices by John Kerr, Rita Tushingham played Bernadette and Colette O'Neill, Mother Marie-Therese Vauzou. Catherine Parr played Mother Josephine Imbert, Timothy Bateson, the Bishop of Nevers, and Rolf Lefevre, Dr. Saint-Cyr. Sister Marthe Forres was Dana Olsen, Sister Emilienne, Julie Hallam, Sister Vincent Garros, Jill Raymond, Sister Bernard Dalias, Sandra Clark, and Sister Stanislas Pascal, Valerie Verdon. David Timpson played Father Douce, and Betty Huntley-Wright, Mother Alexandre Rock. The producer was Sean McLaughlin.